Okay, equipment you're gonna need today is a dowel of some sort. This could be a broomstick, excuse me, a walking cane, um, a branch from outside, anything that you can grab onto. If grabbing onto a dowel is kind of tricky for you and you'd rather skip it, yeah, that's great. Don't worry about it. You can do all the same upper body movements we're doing. You'll just do it without the dowel. And then the other equipment you'll need is a set of weights. If you've got a heavier pair and a lighter pair, that would be optimal. If you've only got one pair, that works also. Okay, and then remember with this class, I care more about your form and your alignment than I do about how fast you're moving or how much weight you're lifting. But that being said, you can always make the class harder by increasing your speed or increasing your weight, or you can make it easier by doing the opposite. Okie dokes. So let's get going here. So make sure I'm good on my end. Okay, so we'll come back to a seated or standing grounded position of some sort. And let's just start with some really easy shoulder circle rolls. Just noticing how things are feeling in the upper body for you right now. All right. And then we'll find a still point here. We'll close the eyes or soften the gaze. Starting by finding that low belly breath. Maybe seeing if you can just start to exaggerate your exhale, making it a bit longer than your inhale. And then just noticing the top of the shoulders area, back of the neck. Those can be two spots we hold a lot of tension, so release any tension or tightness that you might be holding there. Notice if you're holding tension in the jaw. Are you holding tension in the belly? Or the hips area? And just trying to soften any area where you might feel that extra stress kicking in. Staying with those longer exhales. All right, we'll take one more inhale. One more longer exhale. And we'll open the eyes. All right. Let's take hands out to the side, opening, stretching the fingers nice and wide if you can, lifting the arms up to the sky. Take an inhale and exhale to dive down. Take an inhale at the bottom and exhale up. Good, reaching tall at the top, reach, reach, reach. Inhale and exhale down. Hold at the bottom. Walk your fingertips over to the left. And walk them over to the right. Coming back to the center. Rolling yourself back up. Hands sliding behind the head. Open the chest, open the elbows. You can bring the arms in front of the chest if that's easier too. And just bringing that into a side bend to one side. Taking a breath into the open ribs. Exhale to the center. Inhale to side bend. And center, good. Let's do one more each side. Center, one more. And back to the center, good. And then just take the arms and the hands, give them a little bit of a shake, giving the upper body a shake. Okay, let's move right into a little bit of a dowel warm up here. So grabbing your dowel or your broomstick or whatever it is that you got. If you don't have one of these, don't worry about it. You can still do the same upper body movements that we're doing. Okay, and we're just gonna start. So taking that dowel, you're gonna reach it forward towards the knees and then back up into the hips. So just kind of a drag forward or a drag down and a drag back. So if you're standing, same thing, dragging down to the knees like you're lowering into a squat and then standing upright. Down to the knees and then upright. Forward and back. One more like that. Forward and back. Good. And then we're going to take the bar up to the chest. We're going to give it a press overhead. Back down to the chest. Back down to the hips. Slide it to the knees. You can even slide a little past the knees like you're going down your shins. And then bringing it up, sliding it up the thighs to chest to overhead press. To chest to hips, dragging down, dragging up. We're doing a clean and snap movement to chest to overhead, to chest to hips and back down. This is one of the power weightlifting movements that you can do. Yeah, just keep going at your own pace here. You can pick it up a little bit, kind of make it more of a quick to go down, quick to press up. Or you can stay slow. Do what feels good for you. Good. Let's do one more full one. And back to the center. Awesome. Scoot back in a little bit. Okay. So let's widen your hands on your dowel if you're able to, and just find a press overhead. So from the chest to an overhead press. And as you do that, you can start to bring the dowel kind of more behind you. So it's not just overhead, it's more back behind you. And then down to the chest. Press, push the arms backwards and overhead. So yeah, you're coming into a little bit of extension. Your chest might lift up to the sky. That's a good thing. Open and chest. Open and chest. Good. Do one more. Open. Everyone froze. Oh, there you are. Okay, great. So keeping hands wide, we'll bring arms overhead and I'm gonna use the stick kind of pulling me into a side bend, giving me maybe an extra stretch through that top side, and then back over to the other side. Taking a breath and switching. Taking a breath and switching. Breath. Switch. One more. Good, and back to the center, bringing the stick down, give the shoulders a few shoulder rolls. You can keep the hands wide as they are, and I'm gonna have you bring that into a rowing or canoeing kind of a motion. So like you're dragging one paddle through the water and then the other. Finding that big J stroke on each side. And just making this movement feel rhythmed, keeping a certain pace. If you're standing, you can kind of bring that down to some squats on each side. Finding an even breath. Let's go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back to the center. So, okay, so bringing this more side to side here. You can, again, hands can stay kind of wide. And I want you to imagine like you were poking someone with your stick to the left, and then center, poke that person to the right and center. So yeah, you're kind of leaning, trying to reach them on one side, leaning, trying to reach them on the other side. Looking towards where you're poking that stick. There you go. Let's go 3, 2, and 1, and back to the center. Yeah, really good. So now bringing your hands pretty wide, like, let's see, maybe double your shoulder distance apart, and go ahead and lift that stick overhead. Make sure it clears your head so you're not too far away where it hits your head. And if you can, bringing the arms behind you, getting a stretch back as far as you can, and then bringing it forward, tapping the waist or the belly. Overhead, behind you if you can, and then back to the center. Overhead, behind, and back to the center. Yeah, and if using a TheraBand is a little bit easier because it gives you more leeway than the dowel does. The dowel forces you to have a bit more control with this movement. Good, let's do one more. And back to the center, good. You can walk the hands in, just find a few more shoulder circle rolls. Okay. So let me make sure I'm saying this right. So hands are gonna be, so flip now if you can. So palms are facing up. So holding the dowel in my palms, this palms face up. Elbows are gonna stay pinching in towards my ribs. And we're just gonna do some internal external rotation. So body doesn't move, just the lower arms are gonna shift to your left. And then they're gonna shift to your right, just going back and forth. You're trying to keep both elbows pinching in towards your ribs the whole time. Just a little bit of internal, external shoulder rotation here. Elbows will stay at that 90-degree angle, gliding back and forth. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and relax. Awesome. Nice work, everyone. You can set your You can set your dowel down. I'll just finish with a couple more things here. So just taking the arms into some big arm circles, going backwards into your backstroke movement. Head and eyes can stay facing forward. Good. And coming back to the center. And then taking your hands, you're gonna push forward, giving me the stop sign signal, letting the upper spine, just the upper spine, round a little bit. And then opening the chest, getting tall, reaching the arms back behind you. That's it. Pushing forward, rounding the upper spine. And then opening. Push and round. And open. That's it. Push and round. And open. Push and round. And open. Nice, everyone. Last one here. Push and round. And open. Hold that open. Give your wrists a few twirls back there. Good. And then give everything a little shake. All right. Let's talk through the workout for today. Similar format to what we had been doing before the holidays. So let's see. Oh, you know what? I forgot to, that's why. Forgot to write. 12 repetitions. Okay, so we're gonna start with a 6-minute circuit. You're trying to go as many rounds as possible. So you're trying to move as quickly as you can through these 3 exercises. It's gonna be 12 repetitions for all 3 of these exercises. Okay, so easy, hopefully easier to remember.
Ray,
So, oh yeah.
what you just wrote, we can't see.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, oh, sorry, I got you, Barbara. There you go. Yeah, you're good, you're good. Okay, so starting with your heavier set of weights, we're gonna start with the overhead press. So weights at the shoulders, nothing fancy here. You've done this hundreds of times. If you've been with me for a while, just a strict overhead press, down and up. Okay, so you're doing 12 of these. Do them with your heavier weight and try to do them maybe a little bit quicker than you would. Little bit quicker than you normally would, just a little bit. Okay, still keeping your form, but do it with a bit of pace. For standing athletes, you're doing the same thing, that overhead press. If you want to add a squat at the bottom of the movement, you can do that too. So you can turn that into a squat to overhead press, but same idea, do it with a little bit of pace. This whole circuit right here, I want you to do with just a little bit quicker than you normally would. Second exercise is going to be for everybody, I's, T's, and Y's. I'm not going to do this one with weight because of my shoulder. If you are doing it with weight, use your lighter set of weights. If you start to compensate, which to be honest, most people do with this one, drop your weight and do it without weight. Okay. So remember, for I's, T's, and Y's, you're trying to keep that neutral pelvis and spine. So hinging forward at the hips, arms can dangle down towards the ground. Let me just tilt this down a little bit more. Okay, pulling the arms straight back behind you into that dart position. That's your I, and then back to the center. Pulling the arms out to shoulder height position, that's your T, and then back to center. And then pulling the arms overhead more into your Y position, and then back to center. Yeah. So I, T, and then Y. If the I is hard for you triceps wise, and you're not able to keep the arms straight, you can bring that into a row instead of your dart position. But if you can do the dart position, stay with that one. And then for standing athletes, same movements, but just doing them from a hip hinge position. So neutral pelvis and spine, slight bend in the knees. You're doing the same movements with the upper body here. Okay. Oh yeah, and then the counting for that one. Each one is a repetition. So I is 1, T is 2, Y is 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay, and you're going for 12. Again, doing it with just a little bit of pace, a little bit of speed. Okay, third and final exercise for that circuit is going to be, for seated athletes, is going to be opposite reaches. So you're going to take your hand reaching across your body, like you're trying to reach something over here, and then back to the center, and then switching sides. Hand reaching across the body and center. Reach, center, reach, center. Look towards where you're reaching. And again, you're trying to do these fast also. Reach, center, and so on. Standing athletes, you're doing the same movement. You can set the feet wide and bring your hips into it, keeping a slight bend in the knees also. So you can generate that movement a little bit more from your hips. All right, second circuit is going to be our usual Tabata circuit. 20 seconds of sprinting, 10 seconds to rest. We'll do that for 4 minutes. The movement is burpees. So tapping the floor or as close to the floor as you're able to. Quickly sitting tall, clapping the hands overhead. Yeah, remember, if you want to have a little competition with yourself, you can count how many burpees you get for each set of 20 seconds. And try to keep that number consistent or try to increase that number. And then standing athletes, you can tap the floor and clap overhead, or you can bring hands down to the floor, step or hop the feet back. You can add in a push up here if you'd like, step or hop the feet back in, and then you can add a jump as you clap the hands overhead. All right, third and final exercise, your 4-minute circuit to finish with. It'll just be 30 seconds per each exercise, going back and forth. No weights for this one. Again, this is just gonna be a quicker day. So you're gonna do side bends with no weights, alternating right, left, right, left. Standing athletes, you're doing the same thing. Side bend, right, left, right, left. That's the first movement, and then the second move is ab curls. For you, you can have arms crossed in front of the chest. And you're trying to touch your nose towards the center of your chest. You're not doing a full roll down, just a curl. Trying to touch nose to chest. And then sitting tall, nose to chest, sitting tall. Okay, so really trying to put some movement into that upper part of the spine. All right, I think that's everything. We're going to start with that first 6-minute circuit with your overhead press. Grab a last drink if you need. And you're going to be starting with your heavier weight for that first movement. Remember, you're trying to do as many rounds as possible here. 12 repetitions per each exercise. See if you can remember how many rounds you get through at the end so you can share at the end of class. Okay, let me get my watch. Okay, here we go. 6 minutes. On your marks, get set, and go. Starting with your overhead press for 12. and Y's. And then your opposite reaches.
Sometimes I wonder if I will arrive. The words are too high, it's getting so hard to see. And all of my plans scattered aside. Sometimes it's hard trying to make it right. No reason to stay.
Once you get the hang of these movements,
baby, let's stop the
try to
talking. Dancing like there's no morning.
your
Do it, I want it. And I wanna feel like I'm running. Know how free I go all in. Do it, I want it. And I wanna feel like and it sounds like and it sounds like
opposite reaches is the last one. And then starting over again. How many rounds can you get in? This is the faster fitness today.
So baby, let's stop the talking. Dancing like there's no morning. Do it, I want it. And I wanna feel like I'm running. Know how free I go all in. Do it, I want it. And I wanna feel like and it sounds like
Find a nice deep breath here. Where you're going when you're doing the opposite reaches. We're over 2 minutes in.
there's a sound like a drum echoing when the high from your love's kicking in, and it hits like the Holy Ghost. A million mile an hour wind. Pour some fuel on the floor, make a fire. Strike a match, light the flame of desire. Keep me warm, 'cause this town is cold. All night long, you make the spotlight up wherever we are. All night, we're magnetically charged. Lightning couldn't strike us apart. You got me dancing to the beat
You're
of
over
your
halfway
heart.
done.
True love in a city of lights. Get lost when I look in your eyes. Lightning couldn't strike us apart. You got me dancing to the beat of your heart.
Remember how many rounds you're getting through?
Pleading guilty, I'm not innocent. If the crime is your love, let me sin. Praying nobody saves my soul. Oh no. Spin me around, take me up, take me down high and low. Spin me around, lift me up off the ground.
2
Don't let
minutes
go.
left.
All night long, you make the spotlight up wherever we are.
7, 6, 5,
We're magnetically charged. Lightning couldn't strike us apart. You got me dancing to the beat of your heart. True love in a city of lights. Get lost when I look in your eyes. Lightning couldn't strike us
Open your eyes, squeeze your eyes, really opening the chest, getting into your mid-back.
dancing to the beat of your heart. You got me dancing. I'm dancing to the beat of your heart. You got me dancing. I'm dancing to the beat of your heart. You got me dancing to the beat of your heart.
Less than 1 minute left. Any seconds left. Squeeze in a couple more. Three, two, one, and nice work, everyone. Okay, we're gonna move into our Tabata circuit. Movement is burpees. We'll go with the music here.
Welcome to Tabata. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
And
go!
remember to count how many you get for each set of 20 seconds. If you want to have a competition with yourself.
3, 2, 1, stop!
Stop.
3, 2, 1,
And
go!
go.
Round 2.
Nice work, everyone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop!
And stop. And
3, 2, 1, go! Round 3.
And go.
Three, two, one, stop!
And up. Yeah. I'm blipping out a little bit. So.
3, 2, 1, go!
And go.
Round 4.
Try to keep a consistent number here.
3, 2, 1,
And stop. You're halfway there.
3, 2, 1,
And
go!
go.
Round
You
5.
got it. Two breaths to help you if you're starting to get tired.
1, stop!
Up.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh.
Round 6.
And up. You've got 1 more minute. See if you can increase your speed just by a little bit for this last
2,
minute.
1,
And
go!
go.
Round 7.
Last one here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
And
go!
go.
Round 8.
top. Good. Nice work, everyone.
I want you to stay.
Okay, great. Okay, we've got one last circuit. Okay, sorry, we've got just checking in with someone at the door. One last circuit, side bends and ab curls. 30 seconds each. Let me reset. No weights for this one. If you want to use weights for your side bends, you can. But again, trying to hold these movements at a slightly faster pace than you normally would. Okay, last circuit of the day. Here we go. On your marks, get set, and go. Maybe you find with this faster pace, you don't go quite as low in your side bends. That's okay. 3, 2, 1, into your ab curls. Hands behind the head. Or cross in front of the chest. Side bend. Back to your side bend, back to your side bend. There you go. Really trying to keep below the belly button steady. Just side bending from above the belly button. 3, 2, 1, back to your ab curl. My timing's a little off. So we're gonna do a quick transition. 3, 2, back to side bend. Just making sure you're not holding the breath here. Nice, easy breath. One, back to your ab curls. Got a minute and a half left. One, side bend, last minute. Again, maybe seeing if you can air quicker. AVA, looking good. Like the Christmas too. Awesome. 3, 2, 1, into your ab curls, last 30 seconds.
I took a page out of your favorite book. You sold me lies just by the way you look. Taught me a language that I'll never speak. Baby, that ain't for me. That ain't for me. I dug my grave watching you. Where you move.
4,
You took me
3, 2, 1.
too many times. Take a chance. Baby, I'm just
Nice work, everyone. Catch your breath. grab a sip of water. How's everyone doing? Feel free if you want to share either, let's see. Oh no, just one share. If you want to share how many rounds you got through for this first circuit, if you remember, you can hold up hands, shout it out, or type into the chat box if you'd like. And otherwise, we'll move into a bit of a cool down here. Claudia with 4, nice work, Claudia.
I have no idea how many, but I kept up with you. Even when you froze, I kept going.
Amazing. Well, Barbara, I think we are around 4 or 5. So that, yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Nice work. All right. Let's move into a bit of a cool down here. So coming back to a seated or standing grounded position. And coming back to your shoulder rolls. Just noticing again how this area of the body is feeling for you. One more. Good. And then we'll lift arms up to the sky, take an inhale. Exhale to roll down. Inhale at the bottom. And exhale up. Good. Bringing the arms all the way back down. We'll find a still point here. Closing the eyes or softening the gaze. Trying to find that slightly longer exhale. And noticing those areas of your body that you were maybe holding some tension in the beginning of class. And noticing if anything changed there for you, whether it was in the jaw, the belly, the shoulders or the neck area, or the hips. Go ahead and think of one thing you're grateful for today. We'll take one more inhale. One more exhale. And we'll open the eyes. All right. Thank you for joining, everyone. Let me pause this recording.